2027 Oscar nomination predictions for the month of April. These are my pre 2026 Cannes Film Festival Oscar nomination predictions. All right, let me not waste any more time. I'm going to burn through these predictions. Here we go. Best Picture: The Odyssey, Fatherland, Narnia, The Magician's Nephew, Fjord, Wild Horse 9, Digger, Project Hail Mary, The Invite, Dune Part 3, Coward, Disclosure Day, Werewolf, The Unknown, Toy Story 5, Mimesis, The Blue Trail, Saturn Return, Mouse, Sense and Sensibility, and The Social Reckoning. So I thought I was going to put Fatherland at number 1, but I ended up putting The Odyssey there. I know a lot of people have The Odyssey at number 1. Maybe. Although, if there isn't like any acting wins or anything like that, I think the award expert has Anne Hathaway at number 1. Then I'm not too sure about this. Maybe this is just a placeholder for now, and then something else becomes number 1. That's probably the more likely scenario. Doom Part 3. Yeah, there's a lot of genuine excitement for this. It could still disappoint a little bit, enough to not get into Best Picture, but you know what? I think I'm going to just keep it in picture for now, because maybe it doesn't pull a Wicked for Good or Avatar Fire and Ash. Maybe it's Avatar The Way of Water, and it misses a bunch of nominations, but it still gets picture and some text. We'll see. Best Director: Christopher Nolan, The Odyssey, Paul Polakowski, Fatherland, Greta Gerwig, Narnia, The Magician's Nephew, Christian Mungiu, Fjord, Martin McDonough, Wild Horse 9, Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu, Digger, Phil Lord, Christopher Miller, Project Hail Mary, Olivia Wilde, The Invite, Lucas Don't, Coward, and Arthur Harari, The Unknown. Best Actress: Sandra Hüller, Fatherland, Renata Reinsva, Fjord, Olivia Wilde, The Invite, Leah Seydoux, The Unknown, Rachel Brosnahan, Saturn Return, Catherine Malin Kupfer, Mouse, Mikey Madison, The Social Reckoning, Daisy Edgar Jones, Sense and Sensibility, Hannah Einbinder, Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Miasma, and Emily Blunt, Disclosure Day. Yeah, I'm not so sure about The Social Reckoning. Some people say that Jeremy Strong is really goofy as Mark Zuckerberg. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good casting choice. I'll just have to see for myself. Others are really digging it. Yeah, I'm not sure if Social Reckoning is gonna succeed. Really, at the end of the day. Best Actor: Tom Cruise, Digger, Hans Zisler, Fatherland, Seth Rogen, The Invite, Sebastian Stan, Fjord, John Malkovich, Wild Horse 9, Ryan Gosling, Project Hail Mary, Matt Damon, The Odyssey, Dominic Sessa, Tony, John Turturro, The Only Living Pickpocket in New York, and Charles Melton, Saturn Return. I'm still a believer in The Invite. I still think that could be big. Best Supporting Actress: Mariana Di Girolamo, or Di Girolamo. I don't know how to pronounce it. Wild Horse 9. Yeah, that's probably on me that I don't know how to pronounce it. Penelope Cruz, The Invite. Anne Hathaway, The Odyssey. Emma Mackey, Narnia, The Magician's Nephew. That's definitely on me that I don't know how to pronounce Mariana's name. Parker Posey, Wild Horse 9. Charlize Theron, The Odyssey. Why Charlize Theron? Because she is playing Calypso, who is a rather major supporting character in the Odyssey story. So, watch out for her. Sandra Hüller, Digger. Sophie Okonedo, Mouse. Lily Rose Depp, Werewolf, and Wumi Musaku, The Social Reckoning. I mean, if The Social Reckoning is like a thing, I do think Wumi Musaku comes along. Like, to me, that just makes a lot of sense. Best Supporting Actor: John Goodman, Digger. Edward Norton, The Invite. Sam Rockwell, Wild Horse 9. Steve Buscemi, Wild Horse 9. Daniel Craig, Narnia, The Magician's Nephew. Riz Ahmed, Digger. Jeremy Allen White, The Social Reckoning. See, I would think he would be more likely to get nominated than uh, Jeremy Strong. Between these two Jeremys, I think Jeremy Allen White would be more likely because Jeremy Allen White in a Sorkin film, yeah, that would be awesome. Jesse Plemons, Digger. Willem Dafoe, Werewolf, and Robert Pattinson, The Odyssey. Honestly, I'm only putting Robert Pattinson on here because I didn't want to put Tom Holland on here. I do not think Tom Holland's getting nominated for The Odyssey. Best casting: The Odyssey, Digger, Narnia, The Magician's Nephew, Fjord, Coward, Doom Part 3, Wild Horse 9, Fatherland, Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Miasma. Yes, I have that in casting. That could happen. Maybe. Maybe this is a nothing burger of a awards contender, but whatever. Disclosure Day. It's April, folks. Bear with me, okay? Be nice to my predictions. Best Original Screenplay: Fatherland, Fjord, Wild Horse 9, Digger, Coward, Mouse, Saturn Return, Werewolf, Possible Love, Disclosure Day. Best Adapted Screenplay: The Odyssey, Narnia the Magician's Nephew, Project Hail Mary, The Invite, The Unknown, Doom Part 3, Toy Story 5, Julianne, The Social Reckoning, Sense and Sensibility. 2 animated films, 2 adapted screenplays. Toy Story 5 and Julianne. Speaking of which, Best Animated Feature Film: Toy Story 5, Julianne, Wildwood, Hoppers, Ray Gun, then Hexed, Shaun the Sheep, The Beast of Mossy Bottom, Goat, the Super Mario Galaxy movie, and Forgotten Island. Yeah, after watching the Forgotten Island trailer in front of Super Mario Galaxy movie, I was like, I don't know about this. But it's just a trailer. Maybe the movie itself will probably be better, but maybe not. Or maybe a lot of people will like it, and I don't. Ray Gun. I see a lot of people predicting this on Award Expert at number 5, and I think it's probably because it's the one like Netflix contender among the animated contenders, and for that reason, I have it in for now. But I could see it falling off because this is Skydance animation, so yeah, I don't trust it. I don't fully trust it, but because it's also being distributed by Netflix, yeah, I'll have it in for now. You know, Cartoon Saloon has never won an Oscar. Laika has never won an Oscar. Both, if both come into animated feature with that narrative, they both split the narrative, and Toy Story 5 reigns supreme. That's all I'm going to say about that. So all this confidence in Wildwood is going to be put to the test when it's up against Julianne. Best Documentary Feature: Once Upon a Time in Harlem, American Doctor, When a Witness Recants, To Hold a Mountain, Nuisance Bear, Give Me the Ball, Time and Water, Everybody to Ken Murray Street, Man on the Run, Birds of War. Best International Feature: Fatherland, Poland, Coward, Belgium, The Unknown, France, Mimesis, Tunisia, The Blue Trail, Brazil, Possible Love, South Korea, A Foggy Tale, Taiwan, We Are All Strangers, Singapore, Sheep in the Box, Japan, Levitating, Indonesia. Some of these are just guesses as to which country might submit these movies. I don't know if these are going to be the final submissions, so I'm just guessing. Yeah, I don't know if those are going to be the country submissions, but I'm just guessing. Best Film Editing: The Odyssey, Fatherland, Narnia the Magician's Nephew. Narnia the Magician's Nephew. Wild Horse 9. Fjord. Project Hail Mary. Digger. The Invite. The Invite. Disclosure Day. Coward. Best Sound. Project Hail Mary. The Odyssey. Disclosure Day. Doom Part 3. Narnia the Magician's Nephew. Fatherland. Wild Horse 9. Werewolf. Digger. And Coward. Even if Doom Part 3 doesn't get Best Picture, I feel like maybe it still makes sound. Because I feel like for the Doom franchise, sound is just a staple for, yeah, that franchise. I don't think it's winning a third time, but I think it's going to get nominated. For now, at least. Best Visual Effects. Project Hail Mary, Doom Part 3, The Odyssey, Narnia the Magician's Nephew, Disclosure Day, Avengers Doomsday, Coward, Godzilla Minus Zero, Spider-Man Brand New Day, Star Wars The Mandalorian and Grogu. Disclosure Day is the only reason why I'm not predicting Avengers Doomsday. Honestly, I think the Oscars are kind of tired of Marvel. They had the opportunity to nominate Fantastic Four last season, but they didn't. Whether in visual effects or production design, costumes, whatever. Anywho, best cinematography: The Odyssey, Fatherland, Fjord, Digger, Werewolf, Doom Part 3, Project Hail Mary, The Social Reckoning, Disclosure Day, and Wild Horse 9. Now, I know the Academy hasn't been too friendly to Lucas Zoll lately. They didn't even nominate him for Hamnet. They didn't nominate him for The Zone of Interest. My goodness. They do nominate him when he does Black and White. And so they nominated him for Ida. They nominated him for Cold War. So they're going to nominate him for Fatherland. I think. I would think. But I think The Odyssey is going to win because of the narrative that it's the first film to be shot entirely in IMAX lenses. That is a winning narrative right there. I don't see any other contender beating it this year. Or this season. Best Production Design. Narnia, The Magician's Nephew. Project Hail Mary. Fatherland. Ooh. The Odyssey. Werewolf. Doom Part 3. Digger. Coward. Disclosure Day. Sense and Sensibility. Costume Design. Narnia, The Magician's Nephew. The Odyssey. Fatherland. Werewolf. The Devil Wears Prada 2. I saw some costumes, some photos, and of course the trailer, obviously, and some photos of stills of the movie. And those costumes, yeah, I think it's getting nominated. Doom Part 3. I Love Boosters. Wuthering Heights. Digger. Sense and Sensibility. Now, I Love Boosters, based off of the trailer, has some amazing looking costumes. But I don't know if the visibility of that movie or the interest of that movie is going to hit enough for the Academy to nominate this. Whereas The Devil Wears Prada 2 is going to be very visible. Makeup and hairstyling. Werewolf. Digger. Narnia, The Magician's Nephew. The Odyssey. Doom Part 3. The Bride. Clayface. I Love Boosters. The Devil Wears Prada 2. And Sense and Sensibility. I've seen the trailer for Clayface. That is an amazing achievement in makeup. And honestly, I kind of I would like to see that nominated, just based off of that trailer alone. Yeah, that looks like a great achievement in makeup. Maybe it doesn't happen because of superhero fatigue. I mean, they didn't nominate Superman for visual effects or anything like that, even though they usually nominate DC movies and visual effects and things like that. But yeah, well, they did give it to the Suicide Squad. They gave their makeup prize to David Ayer's Suicide Squad. So yeah, maybe it could get in. Best original score: The Odyssey, Digger, Disclosure Day, Narnia: The Magician's Nephew, Wild Horse 9, Project Hail Mary, The Social Reckoning, Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Miasma, Sense and Sensibility, Coward, Wild Horse 9, Carter Bilwell. I'm not bidding against him. Best original skong. Best original skong. Best original song. Just naming movies. Toy Story 5, Narnia: The Magician's Nephew, Diane Warren, whatever she's doing, uh, Wildwood, Hexed, The Odyssey, Disclosure Day, The Social Reckoning, Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Miasma, and The Devil Wears Prada 2. I think Lady Gaga's doing a song for The Devil Wears Prada 2. And yeah, you always got to reserve a spot for Diane Warren. And I think there's going to be at least one song in Narnia that'll get nominated. All right, time for the shorts. Animated short film. 1981, Cabbage Daddy, Living with a Visionary, Homemade Gatorade. My God. Paper Trail, The Gnaw of Rocks, Busybodies, Sorrow Doesn't Sleep at Night, The Bird's Placebo, and Once in a Body. Best documentary short film. The Baddest Speechwriter of All, The Boys and the Bees, Still Standing, The Home of the Brave, Some Kind of Refuge, Going Sane, The Rise and Fall of the Center for Feeling Therapy, and Luigi. 7 in this category. Maybe in the next monthly predictions video, I'll do 10. Maybe. There's no guarantee for that. And finally, Best Live Action Short Film: The Oracle, Prime, Jazz Infernal, The Liars, Together Forever, Stairs, Radiant Frost, Candy Bar, The Worm, Crisis Actor. Alright, that's it. Thank you all so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe, feel free to like, and if you do so, that'll be greatly appreciated. Stay tuned for my 2026 Cannes Film Festival winter predictions happening in several weeks from now. And until next time, shalom.